Hi and welcome to Wally Wash. My name is Mike and I'm the owner, and I'll show you how to properly wash your car. Now, before you start washing your car, it should be a good idea to have a look at your car. When I look at this car right now, I notice there's a fair bit of dirt and mud. There's a fair bit of bug residue, and so the car is in need of a wash. So, first a little orientation on our wash, our self-serve bay. There are 3 booms. There is the high pressure and low pressure wash, rinse, wax. Comes out of the gun. You squeeze for more pressure. There is hog hair foam brush. This is a high quality brush made out of hog hair, which is not as hard as the paint, and so it won't scratch your paint. What can scratch your paint is if there's any dirt in the brush. So it's very important to use this with soap coming out in order to not have dirt build up in the brush that can then get rubbed into the car. And the last boom we have is the air dryer, which we'll demonstrate later on how to use. And finally, we have the mat clamps. So with the mat clamps, you can take out your mats, clamp them in, and wash them as you're going by. Now, the next thing is our coin box and the different function selector. We have 10 options at Wally Wash, and we have 5 different kinds of soap. And just like you use different soaps at home for different soils and different surfaces, we have the same thing. We have bug remover, which is acidic to remove bug and organic residue. Tire cleaner that has degreasers in it. A pre-soak, which is the opposite of the bug remover, which is a alkaline pre-soak, which in turn is good for road grime and non-organic type soils. There's the high pressure soap, which is a jack of all trades kind of soap. The foaming brush soap, and then the high pressure rinse, high pressure wax, a clear coat protectant with Teflon, a spot free rinse, and the air dry. So we'll go through the whole thing. So it takes $2 to start, and you can pick any function, just one at a time. So I'll put in $4. And as you can see, I bought 5 minutes and 28 seconds of time, which is now counting down. And I will select the bug off first. You should go in the top-down order. And if anything I tell you needs refreshing later, we've got a signboard to show that. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you have soap coming out before you apply it to the car. So if you put water on first, you're going to get water that's going to dilute the strength of the soap. This is a clear soap, so there's not a lot of color to it. There's not a lot of foam to it. Foam is not an indicator of strength. So you don't need to worry about that. This is a low pressure function, which means there is a lot of soap and not a lot of water. I'm now going to change over to the tire cleaner. Everything needs to bleed through this hose to change. The change occurs at the top of the bay. So it takes a second, so you can actually switch just before you're done, and then you can finish and then move on to the tire cleaner. The tire cleaner itself, I'm just going to make sure I get it in and everywhere. Sometimes rims can be difficult to clean because they're fairly elaborate. These ones are not too bad. I'm going to move on to the next wheel. So the idea of these low pressure functions is to apply the soap. The cleaning process is in 2 steps. The first step is to loosen the soil off the vehicle, and then the final step in cleaning is to use the high pressure to blast off the loosened soil. To be applied from the bottom up. This allows longer dwell time. And what I mean by that is that the soap that reaches the top will slide down, and as it's still on the vehicle, it'll still be working. So I'm just going to make my way around the vehicle. And now I can go to the high pressure. Go to the foam brush to demonstrate the use of the foam brush. Prior to that, one of the good habits to get into is to actually clean the brush before you use it. That'll guarantee that there's no dirt to start that you might get on your car. The foam should come out nice and lathery and glide on your vehicle. You want to rinse it from top to bottom? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is apply wax to the car. The wax and the clear coat protectants are barriers for the paint to prevent soil from sticking on it in the first place. So this is the high pressure wax. So as you can see, everything's beating off the car nicely. Then we can move on to the spot-free rinse. What creates spots on a vehicle is the minerals that naturally occur in tap water. Sodium, calcium, magnesium will be left behind after the car dries. That's why you see people chamoising their car. Well, this is a lot quicker. And last but not least is our blow dryer option. The idea behind this is not to dry the car, but to push water off it. So you try to always push water in the same direction in order not to chase it around the vehicle. Once the car has been dried, as you can see, it's beautifully clean. All the bug residue is gone from the front. All of the road grime and mud has been removed. The glass is clean and the car is protected.